Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Creating Your Career Compass video series. This is the third video in the series. Congratulations for being just about halfway through. So today, for the third video, we are going to review what we worked on in the last video, video 2, the work value and life value worksheet, your second compass point. We are also going to discuss compass point 3, and talk about the activity today, which is going to involve something called RIASEC codes. So we're going to talk about what those are and what they mean and how to use your codes as your third compass point. But first of all, let's look at what our compass is looking like. We are just about halfway through with our compass. We have our first point, which was skills. Now our second point, which is values. Now the worksheet that we talked about yesterday had lots of short answers on it. If you can distill your work view and life view into shorter captures, possibly your work view, maybe boil it down to something short, and your life view, again, try to boil it down to a couple of keywords or phrases that will help you with your entire compass. So checking in with where we are, we have points 1 and 2. Let's go on to point 3. So today, what we are talking about is your career personality. Sometimes it's called your career self-concept. This is an activity designed to give you a sense of your fit. It makes sense that industries that align with your particular skills, your particular values, and your particular work personality are going to be a better fit for you in the long run. You'll be happier, you'll be more likely to stay in that career or in those industries. And to do that, we are going to take an assessment test that is going to give you your RIASEC codes. So RIASEC stands for realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. And these are work personality types or work self-concept types. So to do this, we are going to be taking something called the ONET Interest Profiler, which is available online. The link will be sent out directly to you if you are participating in this Creating Your Career Compass Week challenge, or you can find the link in the description of this video. You can also navigate directly to the website. To find the website, you're going to go to mynextmove.org, and then up at the top, you should see a button that says Interest Profiler, or even just interests. And if you click on that, it will bring you here to this Interest Profiler. So this is what you should see on your page. You're going to click Next, and this will give you directions. How you take this profiler assessment test is you are simply going to be making a judgment call about a series of tasks. Now, as this page says, please try not to think about how much education or training you think it would take to do that work, or how much money that job might earn you. Just think about how you would feel doing the work. So like we've talked about before with skills, like we've talked about with values, there are no right or wrong answers. This is all you. And again, no one else will see this unless you choose to share it. So be honest with yourself. So this is what this assessment test would look like. And very honestly, ask yourself, how would you feel building kitchen cabinets? How would you feel laying brick or tile? Ask yourself this question on this page and the next 4. This is 5 pages, 60 questions that should go pretty quickly. And then at the end, you should get your RIASEC code. Once you have answered all of the questions, all 60 questions on all 5 pages, you should get to this screen that says, great job, you answered all the questions. If you indicated that you were unsure on any of the jobs, the middle row of responses, you now have the opportunity to go back and view your unsure answers and to make a judgment call. However, you do not have to do that. When you're done, you click Next, and this will give you your RIASEC code. This is mine. So I tend to score highly on artistic and social. I've taken this test a few times. So this is a really consistent interest assessment test that gives me a strong sense of my career personality. And if you are interested, you can then click on these to learn more about your different traits. So for artistic, what we see is that a person with an artistic career personality likes creativity in their work and likes work that can be done without following a set of rules. So notice that this is a very broad definition. This doesn't mean that this is only for artists. This is a personality type, a personality preference. This is not telling you, that you need to be an artist or anything like that. So just learn more about each of these personality traits and then click next. And this will tell you about job zones. Job zones relate to how much education, training, or experience you need to do a job. And this goes from zone 1 through 4. 5. Zone 1 means little to no training. Zone 5 means a lot of training. So pick the job zones that you are interested in. If you are in college, you are already in zone 4, so please feel free to choose that one. But you can also choose higher or lower, depending on what your preferences are. Click next. And then you will see a list of jobs or careers laid out for you based on your best fit for the training you'll need and the personality that you have. The best fit ones have the puzzle piece there on the left. And any jobs that you see that have little suns next to them mean that that industry is growing and that jobs are likely in the future. If you're interested in learning more about that job, you can click the link and it will tell you more about this particular pathway, what knowledge you'll need to have, what skills, going back to day 1, the innate abilities that are useful, the kind of personality that does well on this job, in addition to how much education you might need and the average salary. So all you need to do today is just the interest profiler. So click that link and make sure that you have fun with it. So that brings us to the end of our 3rd video in the Creating Your Career Compass series. I hope you enjoyed the interest profiler activity. Tomorrow, we are going to build on this exact same activity. So please save your RIASEC code and please save the links that you will find to the jobs that it suggests for you. We're going to use that tomorrow. So save your results, save the jobs, and we'll talk a little bit more about how you're going to use that to create the final point of your compass tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining today and looking forward to seeing you for video 4.